Well now, just look what we have here. Isn't this a pleasant little surprise? What's an adorable little thing like you doing all the way out here? Surely you know of the dangers these woods hold. What's the matter? You look as though you've just seen a ghost. How funny. We both know you can't see anything. I'm only a voice. I could be just to your left, or just to your right. But I assure you, my darling, I'm only one step behind you. Gotcha. Alright, I've had my fun. I can reveal myself now, but don't you dare try and run. You know I'll hunt you down within mere seconds. You humans are such easy prey. Now, my dear, avert your eyes to the tree in front of you. Now you see me, face to face. What's the matter? Didn't expect a handsome cryptid. How else can I lure in you pretty little humans? And now you're at my mercy, separated from the rest of your silly little group. Who can you run to now? Don't even answer. You're mine. Seriously, I almost can't believe you humans still fall for the old fake a human voice in distress stick. Didn't anyone ever tell you the old legends, my darling? No matter, I still managed to lure such a cutie. Such a fine one you are. I just know you'll make a perfect addition. What is it, darling? You still look petrified. I'm not going to hurt you, you know. I just want to take you as my own. You didn't seriously think I'd go through all the trouble of stalking you for days, only to lure you away deep into the woods to harm you, right? Oh no, my dear. You're going to be mine. Hell, you're already mine. It's not like you can escape anyway. I'll have you pinned down faster than any yandere roleplay title on this entire website. Pretend like I didn't say that. Now, are you going to come with me and make this easy? Or do I have to tame that little brat ass here and now? Choose wisely. You know the sun is about to set. That gives me all the advantage. Plus, you humans really aren't built for this cold. Excuse me? Was that a make me I heard? Brat taming it is then. Looks like you'll have to try harder than that. How far did you get, hon? Not even out of arm's length. That's alright. I just know you're going to look so wonderful slung over my shoulder as I carry you all the way back to my den. I can administer your punishment most effectively there. You'll start to shape up for me quite swiftly, I can assure you. Struggle all you want, darling. You know you're quite outpowered here. How I'm going to enjoy every little second of this. And I must say, a cute little human slung over my shoulder is just intoxicating. Part of me wonders if you heard a different legend about us. I see you came to find out the truth for yourself. I don't plan on disappointing. You're going to be my little plaything. I'll do whatever I please with you. But first, I want to warm you up. I know you humans get cold so easily. Poor thing. I simply can't have you shivering and freezing yourself to death. Oh no. I want my little plaything to be comfortable while we have our fun. Even my unintentional guests need to be well taken care of, especially you. Just what kind of supernatural horror would I be if not courteous? Well, I'd just be proving all the old stories correct with that type of behavior. That's not the type of thing I want to push forward. Lord knows we already have such a bad reputation. Now, I must ask, dear, what were you doing all the way out in these woods to begin with? I was observing you for quite some time before I made my move, but I still couldn't quite figure out you or your team's behavior. Would you mind explaining to me, sweetie? Searching for Obama's last name. I see. A noble pursuit indeed. Oh, my dear, I'm sure your group won't worry about you too much. I'm sure they know you're quite capable on your own. Wouldn't you say so? Actually, don't answer that. Are you feeling all right over my shoulder? I'm not gripping you too tight, am I? Good, dear. Don't worry, we're almost there. Soon I'll be able to warm you up. I suppose in more ways than one. In this case, good girls get their punishment, so keep behaving, my dear. Either way, you know you're not getting out of this one. And something tells me this is right where you want to be. You've always wanted someone to take control over you like this. You don't have to deny it. Your blush gives it all away, my dear. Don't try and resist that monster fucker nature of yours. There it is. I take one look back and you're bright red. Oh my, how cute you are. Keep that up. We're almost home. Then I can seriously test you out. And I know you can't wait for that. See, as much as you humans demonize us, are we seriously that bad? Sure, I lured you away and all, but isn't this a lot more fun than following that human group around and freezing yourself to death? Of course it is. And I want to keep you all to myself. You know, it's been quite lonely out here in these woods ever since the rumors started. I suppose most don't like the idea of being taken away into the woods by a malevolent being. But you're different. I quite like that about you. Looks like we're here. Now you really have nowhere to go. No one can hear you scream all the way out here. Except for me, that is. And I plan on hearing it quite a bit. But first, I think you need to warm up. Are you okay from being dangled over my shoulder the whole time? My apologies if the ride was rough. You know I had to be hasty. Plenty of other entities would just love to take up a pretty little piece like you. And I'm not sure they would have been as understanding of your situation. But you don't have to worry about that any longer, darling. You're safe here. Now, about getting you warmed up. Take my hand, dear. Despite living out in this weather, I still radiate heat. Quite a lot more so than you'd expect. Sit with me, my dear. Let me embrace you. See, isn't that just lovely? Poor thing, you deserve to be taken care of. Tell me, would anyone else show you this kind of attention? That's what I thought. Do you still believe all those silly stories about us being bloodthirsty killers? Good. We may be thirsty, but it isn't for blood. Usually that is. So just relax into my arms. I want you to be nice and warm for everything we're going to do. What an interesting situation we've found ourselves in. Like your human friends would believe you if you told them just what you did with me. But I also think they'd be jealous. Now, my dear, do you think you're ready to be made mine? That's certainly the answer I like to hear. How wonderful you look pinned under me like this. Now where's that brat attitude? That's all it took, huh? How adorable. There's that little blush again. Let's see how far I can push you before you go feral. Easy. I think you deserve a good punishment for behaving now. How your body radiates heat. Wonderful to the touch. Now tell me, why did you really decide to follow the voice? I think you wanted this all along. Even if you heard the stories, you just had to know for yourself, didn't you? Good thing I'm more than willing to show you. Adorable human. Keep being such a good girl for me. I promise you'll get your punishment. Yo, 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 yo. What it is, mother hecker? I'm getting all this bread. Yo mama think I'm dead. Your sister gave me head. Unless she's under the age of 18, in which case, no, that's weird. Just pretend like I didn't say that. Jesus Christ. I guess I'll leave this in. I don't know why.